Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you texturing, normal mapping and tiling. This will all be applied to your basic character that you created in the previous tutorial. So first we need to grab some textures, but what we want to do is you want to go ahead and click create a folder and call this textures. So now let's head to your browser and type in metal texture, or let's go for metal eye. Metal eye texture, maybe images. Just put metal eye. And this is a PNG. So go ahead and download that and send it to my desktop. Once you've got it on your desktop, just drag it into the Unity window and drag it into the textures folder. So now in the textures folder, you've got the eye logo. So for the eyes, I personally think they're probably too small, so I'm going to delete one. Grab the other, scale it up, bring it in, something like that, and now drag the eye logo just onto the cube. And at the moment, yeah, just totally up to you. I mean, this is just very basic. You can even have it bigger, but just try not to make it look crazy. Well, I mean, you can always create your own eye. Just, you know, it's not the best looking eye. I think that's way too big. So something like that. Copy, paste, and drag the next one. So that's his eyes. So now let's go ahead and grab a metal texture. Let's go for this one. Save metal texture, drag, put it into Unity, into the textures, and now let's apply that to his body. And how about we scale these down like that and we bring it back to here and we copy, paste again, something like that. So now what we can do is maybe go back, grab, I don't know, black metal texture. So just, yeah, imagine this is like a robot or something, and I'm just making them a spacesuit or something. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I can't imagine it going too well with this texture, but it's quite huge. So let's grab that black metal, drag that in. Now apply that to his upper arms. So something like that. And now let's get something like a arm texture. Yeah, we're not actually going to do an arm like that, but this is what I meant by arm texture. So something like maybe skin, although I guess we can either say it's a robot or we can say it's a human inside, like a robot-y suit kind of thing. So let's grab this flesh texture, drag that in, apply the flesh to the arms, or the upper arms, and maybe here, same principle, just copy, no, don't copy, just scale them both down, copy, no, don't copy, sorry, bring it up to there, then copy and paste, have it something like that. Maybe here, you know, he's wearing shorts, copy, paste, hold down left control, rotate the blue so it snaps, there we go, bring that down, something like that. Maybe apply this texture as his boots or so, something like maybe that. And now maybe for here he can have we'll just, yeah, we'll stick to the black. So it's kind of that, and then maybe he's got his head out, so that's flesh. And yeah, for now I won't really do a nose. Maybe I'll do a mouth, so bring the down, copy, paste, and change that to mouth. And maybe apply a flesh texture to it. Make it more skinny. So, something like that. I mean, if you want to make him smile, then I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it like that. You know, just something like that. Rename, always rename it, don't forget. Ear, paste, snap it like that. So you can see like how easy it is to go ahead and just texture a basic character. But now I want to teach you something which is it's really cool, to be honest. It's something I really enjoy, which is normal mapping. So I'll go into shaders in maybe the next tutorial, because that does come across as the texturing, but I probably won't be covering it in this tutorial. So for normal mapping, let's just get the black material. Just click on it in your textures folder, then press the Control D to duplicate. Alternatively, I think you can just right click and, or maybe you can't, maybe through the edit, duplicate, there we go. So Control D, and once you've done that, click on the texture that you duplicated, go up to the texture bit and change it to normal map, and make sure you click apply. Now you've noticed it's got this weird effect to it, but now I'll show you how that works. So if I go on this, change the shader to bumped specular, you'll notice you have a normal map bit. So with the normal map bit, we want to drag the normal map texture into there, and now you'll notice it changed. So look at that. It now has a bumpiness effect to it. But maybe let's go ahead and tile it, because at the moment it looks a bit tiled. So maybe let me try 5. Can you can see how it's all tiling differently. So, but then also the normal map, so 15 by 15, say 0.5 by 0.5, you can see it's becoming more smaller. So let me show you. So if I put 1 again, you see it's like that, and then this is 0.5. So if I done 0.2, that does look pretty cool. Just grab the feet and make them a bit smaller, something like that, and you can see that's worked. So now let's try it with the flesh. Click on your flesh, Control D, duplicate, grab the duplicated and change it to normal map, click apply. Now click on, you basically click on any part that's flesh, and then once you change this to bump diffused, not bump specular, because specular is for shiny objects, so that's more of like metal armor, that would be shiny, but I'll go into more detail in the next tutorial. And now drag your flesh into the normal map, and you notice it's all gone bumpy. I mean that looks really cool. So, but you don't want him looking that bumpy, so what you want to do is you want to click on the normal map, and here you got the bumpiness. So if I just drag that down a bit, click apply, you notice it changed. Bring it down even more, change it even more, and maybe just a tiny bit more. There we go, it was something like that. So you can see it's like that. If I bring that all the way up, it's crazily bumped. I mean, look at that, he looks like a brick wall. So it's really not right. So something like that. With the eyes, we can always attempt. So just duplicate it, change that to a normal map, apply, grab the eyes, or just one of the eyes, and change it to bump diffuse. Drag the eye logo in. Oh, it actually did. It does actually make it look better. Oh god, I put the wrong one. There we go, eye logo. So yeah, something like that. And you've got the metal. So yeah, you've got the shininess. You can adjust the shininess. So if I quickly go ahead and grab, if you go to game object and 3D light, sorry, and make a spotlight, or let's get a directional light. So game object, light, directional light. So let's just get this light, and you can notice the shiny parts of him. So if I keep it like that, you can see if I don't do the shininess, something like that maybe. It has that nice bumped specular look to it. So on this side it's not very shiny, but on this side it's more shiny because the light is looking that way. If I was to change that, wait, that was on diffuse. I'm thinking of these. These are bumped specular. That's on diffuse at the moment. So if I change that to bumped specular, you notice it's now shining. And if I want to grab this metal and duplicate that and turn that into a normal map, drag that in. That's way too bumpy, so let's bring that down. Yeah, something like that. And you can notice the shininess has a big effect on it now that it's the bump specular. You've even got specular color, so the shininess can literally be its own color. So you can see it's now got a red shininess to it. So imagine maybe you're on a spaceship and there's lights that are red shining on you. You'd want the character that, if you can see the character's arms, you could see it like shining red or so. But it's totally up to you. So that pretty much covers the texturing, normal mapping and tiling. In the next tutorial I'll be going over the bump specular, bump diffuse and diffuse, the difference between the bumped and the normal diffuses, and maybe I'll go through transparent because it's quite important if you want to like do some level design with windows and such. But yeah, remember to save your scene. Shortcut is Control S. Go ahead and save your project just in case, and thank you for watching.